World where there is chaos and uncertainty, there have been more and more young adults leaning on a higher power to get them through, or at least searching for that higher power. In fact, a recent survey by the Springtide Research Institute finds that 1/3 of 18 to 25-year-olds do believe in the existence of a higher power. That attributed to 3 years of loss, depression, and anxiety as a result of the global pandemic, isolation, lockdowns, school and work at home, and the need for people to really believe in something bigger than themselves. Joining us right now, three everyday people who represent various perspectives on faith. Nick Hall is the founder of the Pulse Ministry. Aspen Kennedy is an actor in Atlanta. Nicole Klier is a psychology major at the University of Louisville. All young, all pursuing their faith in different ways. Nick, I'm going to start with you. You're an evangelistic, I can say this, evangelistic voice. You've shared the gospel to more than 5 million people. So do you believe that there is a surge in faith, and do you believe this higher power that young people are searching for is indeed God?
Yeah, thank you so much for having me on. I had the privilege of being there at Asbury, and every week I get to hang out with college kids. In fact, this Saturday we have a stadium, 60,000 college students coming out in Oklahoma. And so we see such a hunger. It's a spiritual hunger. It's a supernatural hunger. They've tried everything else. They saw their parents try everything else. And we see a generation turning to God and really turning to Jesus. And so something is taking off, and I think it's revival.
I remember when it was not cool, and in fact, it probably is true of a lot of people today, where it's not cool to be a believer. But Aspen, I know you worship at a church in Atlanta, Georgia. You are an actor. You've played in films and television shows that I could name your whole resume, but instead of that, I kind of want to hear how your practice of faith has actually changed over the years and helped you in your career.
Yeah, absolutely. My faith has been at the core of everything I hope to become, as well as there hasn't been one thing I've ever been able to accomplish or experience without some sort of testing or exercising my faith. So truly, the key to life is faith in God through Jesus Christ, and that's been amazing for me.
So I hear the name Jesus. I know that there are a lot of different faiths. There are a lot of different ways to express your spirituality. Nicole, you were raised Catholic, but now you identify as spiritual, not religious. What's the difference to you?
The difference to me mostly is that it doesn't take for me to be in a church or in a designated place of worship to be able to connect spiritually or personally with anything that I might be going through.
But why is it important for you to have faith at all?
I think it's important to have faith to keep me grounded personally. I think a lot of us find peace in finding something to relate to each other to attach to keep us in a solid frame of mind, to keep things in a perspective.
Do you still believe in community then? Maybe not an actual church building, but you're still leaning on other people who believe like you do?
Definitely. I definitely think that when people say that they're going to pray for me or pray for a situation that I might be in, I definitely respect whatever they're praying to or for about me, and I respect it and I thank them for it because it does matter to them, which means it should matter to me.
You know, we need each other so much more than ever. And Nick, I know that you're hosting Fill the Stadium, which is a sold-out revival concert at Oklahoma University this Saturday. Chance the Rapper, a Chicago native, is going to be there, other Christian artists as well. You know, this filling of stadiums is not new. I mean, you go back to before any of y'all were born and before I was born. And Billy Graham, famed evangelist Billy Graham, was doing the same thing. But do you feel like there's a hunger, a renewed hunger, Nick, for collecting and connecting, for being there for each other, and somehow not just feeling a part of someone or something bigger, but actually feeling connected to what the Christian faith would describe as the body?
Yeah, absolutely. And man, I love hearing from the others and Nicole. Man, I think there is just a spiritual hunger. I think she said it well. There's an openness. There is a longing for connection, and I just see it. I see it everywhere we go. Young and old, people from all backgrounds, and I know that we can get into naming different faiths and all of this, but you know, I have a friend, Ahmed. He's a Muslim. He's my barber. And I talk all the time, Ahmed, Jesus loves Muslims. He welcomes people from all background. This isn't even about religion. This is about a relationship that we can have. It's a relationship with the Most High God. And these students at Oklahoma University and students all over the nation are rallying. This will be the largest university outreach event in American history, and it's happening right now in 2023. And so for all the people that see all the negative, there are signs of life, signs of hope. This is prayer, this is fasting, this is students choosing to use their free time to point to something bigger than themselves. There's hope, there's joy, there's love, there's peace. Jesus is welcoming you home.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.